Hey everyone, welcome to Reddit Readout. Today we are checking out AmItheA whole. Story 1. AITA for refusing to make my son cut his hair to meet dress code a week before the end of school. So my son Adrian, 17, will be graduating high school in a week. He keeps his hair just above his shoulders due to his school dress code. Boys can't have hair at or below their shoulders. Apparently, his hair has grown out to the point that it's no longer up to code, and on Tuesday he asked me to take him to trim his hair. I obliged. Earlier today, I got an email from my son's homeroom teacher asking me to have his hair cut back to his ears. I responded to ask why, and he said, in more polite terminology, that my son has been skirting the hair length rules this whole year, and his hair length/style are against the spirit of the rules. That graduation is coming up, and all the students need to look mature and put together for the ceremony. He then gave me unsolicited parenting advice, saying, again in more polite terms, that, as a father himself, we need to discipline our sons and teach them to obey authorities. I responded curtly and ended the conversation. I showed my wife the conversation, and she said that Adrian's teacher had a point. She basically agreed with all the teacher's points. He's skirting the rules and needs discipline. She said she's been letting it go this long because it was technically within dress code, but now that we've gotten a complaint from the school, we need to lay down the law with Adrian. She asked me to talk to him about cutting it, and when I refused and called her ridiculous, this was where our argument got a bit heated. She stormed off to, supposedly, talk to him herself. Though I haven't heard anything from him and his hair has remained intact. I've let him know not to let anyone cut his hair if he doesn't want to, and made it clear to my wife that I'd be extremely upset with her if she took him to the salon behind my back. I can't believe we're fighting over our son's hair, and I feel like an idiot for getting so worked up over this. I figure I should get a reality check, so AITA? Story 2. AITA for not cleaning up after roommate's children anymore. I, 20, live with my partner, 20, roommate, 35, along with her 4 children, ranging from 14 to 3. We all have jobs. Mine is part-time, so I have 3 days off instead of 2. My partner and I usually stay in our room, and when we aren't, it's either to let the dogs out, to go eat or go to work, with the exception of an outing once or twice a week. My roommate's kids destroy the house when they are home. And when I say destroy, I mean toys all over, books and pull UPS all over, dishes stacked high, trash filled to the brim, etc. My dogs help create the mess a little bit, as do hers. She posted online that she doesn't think it's fair for the kids to be cleaning up messes that the dogs made, and claims that we never clean anything. She complained about how we never do any household chores or help clean up after the kids. My partner and I have cleaned her dog's nasty kennel. We were picking up her kids' full pull UPS, we have loaded the dishwasher multiple times, even though we only use a plate or 2. She never talked to us about this either. We stopped, since we didn't feel like that should be our responsibility. We've been only cleaning our stuff. Not our kids, not our mess. Edit, we stopped cleaning up after them before she posted this online. We've tried having a conversation with her, and we're going to try once more. We are currently looking for a place, and we'll be telling her then. Story 3. AITA for denying my sister of babysitting my nephew. This morning, I, M18, woke up to a text from my sister, F23, asking me if I can babysit my nephew, M4, for a few hours today. To put it simply, I don't really like kids so much, but I've never denied a request from sister to babysit before today, usually because I'm not busy, I'm not at work, and I've got nothing to do. She asked me if she could drop my nephew off and have me watch him for 6 hours today, since she forgot that the daycare for my nephew was closed today, and I immediately declined. But I didn't decline for no reason. Me and my friend, M19, have been planning for about a week to hang out on my day off from work, to hang out quite literally all day long, go see a couple of movies, and just chill out and relax. My sister texted me and asked if I could watch my nephew for a few hours so she can go to her OBGYN appointment, another nephew on the way, and a few other errands when I'm not going to be available, so I declined and explained the situation. Instead of being understanding that I've made plans, she ridiculed me for not making time for helping out family, and then told her Fian, M24, and he wasn't as ridiculing, but still was upset about the ordeal. My mom is also against me, but my stepdad and my friend are on my side. So tell me, AITA? Edit, thank you all for the support, I just read through all of the. Story 4. AITA for lashing out at my family for calling my fiancé my second wife. Years ago, I was married to a close friend. We were roommates, adopted a dog together, and lived together since college until our mid/late 20s, married at 24 and 25. However, we were never actually romantically involved. She was not interested in marriage and also questioning her sexuality at the time, but her family was ultra-traditional, and messy for many other reasons, and kept pushing for her to settle down. I had just gotten out of a rough long-term relationship, and we kind of just both said fuck it, we basically were kind of living like a married couple, let's get married for convenience. So we did the paperwork for it, but we never had a wedding. We were also never romantically involved. She just was not my type and I was not hers. My family knew she wasn't my wife in the traditional sense, they did heavily disapprove though. When I started getting back into the dating scene, we split up and legally divorced. She remains one of my close friends to this very day, and I care for her a lot. It's been a few years, and I am now 32 with a lovely fiancé who I cannot wait to marry. However, ever since I announced the engagement my family has been making weird. Story 5. AITA for not putting my shirt back on. I, 19F, have been going to the gym near consistently since February this year. I've lost 18 pounds so far and while I still have 93 pounds before I reach my goal, I've already gained so much strength and confidence in my body. I'm 5 feet 7 inches and 255 pounds. I know I'm big but I don't think it should really affect how I dress. I get sweaty at the gym and the one thing worse than a sweaty bra is a shirt that sticks to you because of sweat. My gym also doesn't have air conditioning on a low enough temperature for me to avoid getting like this. For reference, my gym doesn't have a dress code. As a result, for most of my workouts, I've opted to just go in my bra and leggings or shorts. Today was chest and back and I chose to wear my bra and shorts combo. No cleavage is showing, no underwear is peeking out above the shorts, it's what a lot of the other girls I've seen at the gym wear. I'm going through my workout and by the time I get to the bench press I notice some people in the corner giving me the side eye. I try to ignore them and turn up my music, but I can still see them just staring at me unhappily. I finish a set when one of the girls in the group approach me and asks me to put on a shirt. She states that it's unsanitary. I say that I wipe down all the equipment before and after use. She says it doesn't matter and that I needed to be more polite to other gym members. At this point I already knew she was most likely talking about not wanting to see my rolls. I get it, no one wants to see the fat person jiggle. I sit up and tell her that I'm wearing almost the exact same thing as her friend in the corner, her friend was also in a bra and shorts, and to tell me why she actually wanted me to put on shirt. She got frustrated and said forget it before storming off. I got back to my workout and just finished it. I'm typing this in my car as I wonder if I could have handled it better or just complied and put my shirt on. I'll be honest, I have scars from picking at my skin, stretch marks, and a very jiggly body. I know my body isn't the most flattering, but I don't believe it gives you the right to demand a person to cover up. AITA? AmItheA, thank you for all the kind. Story 6. AITA, my mother-in-law tried to bond with my baby by feeding formula my pumped milk and I said no. Since my baby does not latch, I am an exclusive pumper. I pump and feed my baby the breast milk. I recently went to mom-in-law's house and when I was prepping the bottle to feed the baby she rushed to help prep the bottle with me. She kept saying, I'll feed the baby, you can eat the lunch or it will get cold. I said it is alright, I'll feed the baby and don't mind eating cold food / can heat my food. She kept trying to take ownership of the bottle while we were preparing it and reiterating multiple times she will feed the baby, at which point it became apparent it wasn't because of the cold food. After trying a few more times she finally let it be. My sister-in-law commented she probably just misses the baby. I understand feeding the baby is a bonding experience and already feel bad that he doesn't latch and I have to pump and feed him. AITA for saying no to my mom-in-law when she wanted to bottle feed the baby? Other things to keep in mind. My in-laws were super supportive when my breast's milk stopped, and it is because of their support immediately after my delivery that I was able to dedicate enough time for pumping that helped increase my breast milk supply. She has fed the baby a bottle before when I had to pump to increase my supply. She knows feeding the baby is a bonding experience. She has mentioned before that the person the baby usually recognizes first is the one who feeds it. I handed the baby to my in-laws so they can play with him after I was done feeding him the bottle. Story 7. AITA for asking friend and her daughter to be discreet when talking about their play dates around my daughter or not talking about it at all. My daughter, 9F, has two very good school friends and they will often have play dates with each other 1:1, not the three at the same time. When the other two girls have a play date scheduled, during the school day they brag and advertise their play date to my daughter knowing full well that she is not invited and rubbing it in that she is excluded. My daughter says that she can tell they do this to intentionally hurt her. They also ignore my daughter leading up to and on the day of the play date, causing my daughter to become very hurt and anxious and left out. This happens every time they have a play date and my daughter is so upset by this exclusion, she wants to leave the school. The mention to the mum of one of the girls, who I thought was a good friend, she's a single mum with a complex home life and we help her out a lot with her kids, that my daughter feels upset when the friends tell her about a play date that she is not invited to. I asked if she could ask her daughter to be discreet about her play dates with the other child and not talk about it in front of my child. I also said that I don't expect my daughter to be invited to the play date as everyone is entitled to these things without feeling pressured to invite others. We also arrange play dates 1:1 at other times so the issue is not about not being invited. I said that if my daughter is not invited to the play date to please ask the girls not to involve my daughter by discussing it or brag about it to my daughter. Well, this did not go down well. The mother absolutely went off at me and accused me of asking her to lie to a child, and asking her to ask her child to lie to a friend. I was gobsmacked as this is not at all what I asked. AITA for asking her and her daughter to be discreet around my daughter when they have arranged a play date with another particular child? Edit. Hi everyone, thank you to everyone who responded and offered their advice and own experiences. I really appreciate the support. I've been quite upset about this and have been questioning whether I was in the wrong. A lot of people have made some really good suggestions and I wanted to give some more info/detail. My daughter is autistic and has ADHD and learning disorders. She has a really hard time at school already and this mean girl behavior just makes it that much harder. Social situations are actually the hardest part for her and she really struggles with understanding friendships, what good friendships are, and the not so good ones. She takes people on face value, so if someone is being nice to her they are her friend. If a friend is mean to her, she doesn't know why and blames herself, or tries to find something wrong with her and why they don't like her anymore. It's torment for her. We do everything we can to help her understand that these girls aren't friends if they treat her this way and if she doesn't feel happy when she is with them, but unfortunately for her, she is so desperate to be included and to have their approval, she gets pulled in and then spat out every time. 2. We are working with a speech therapist and OT to help her understand her neurodivergence, how the world, people, things may seem different for her and how to recognize when she needs to walk away, and how to stand up for herself. It's very hard for her because she is worried about retaliation from these girls. They also alienate her from the good friendships she does have, those girls we encourage her to seek out when she is having a hard time. These nasty girls are finding ways to drive a wedge between my daughter and these genuine friends. It's really heartbreaking for us and my daughter. 3. The hardest part of this is she believes she has genuinely good friendships with them 1:1. It's when they get in a group they gang up on her. Actually, she doesn't even need to be part of the group and they gossip and gang up on her and she find out about it from others. 4. I totally agree with. That's all for today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.